Yo, you know one thing that really pisses me off about living in Jamaica, and this is also something I cannot get used to, is the begging culture. I swear to God, it's the most pathetic shit I've ever seen. When I tell you, almost everybody begs out here, even the people with money beg. People that work jobs. I don't understand that shit. I'm too much of a prideful person to ask anybody for anything. When I first came here, I was broke as fuck. I lied to you not. One time I bought a small can of mackerel and 1 pound of rice. I made that shit stretch me 2 days. And I had somebody I could ask for money. I had somebody I could like get money from, but true I'm prideful. I said, you know what? I'm not even gonna ask this person. In my opinion, if you're begging somebody like your mother, your father, sister, cousin, that's different. That's family. You have all right to beg because, you know, they're supposed to help you. There's nothing wrong with that. But when I say complete strangers in fucking Jamaica, complete strangers just walk up to you and beg like they're homeless, it makes no sense. I was just standing in what you call it, the gas station up there, and then this woman, she walked up to me. She was like, "Hey, sir, may I beg you 2 bills?" So I said, "Oh, I don't got it right now." "All right, just give me a bills. Help me make up something." I think she was buying like tampons or something. She was like, "Hey, just give me a bills to help me make up." I said, "I don't have it." She said, "You don't have a bills?" I looked at her and said, "Bitch, you don't have a bills? What you mean?" Like, yo, when I tell you I was this close to smack it, yo, I'm telling you, I said it multiple times. People in Jamaica will send you to jail just because of their ignorance, bro. I lied to you not, bro. It's so pathetic and it's so annoying and disgusting to the point where like I avoid people. Like I have friends out here, but I avoid them a lot sometimes because I know they're gonna beg, and I don't mind saying no. I just don't want to say no. You get what I'm saying? And like, another thing, like the females do it shamelessly. Women in Jamaica beg shamelessly. It's like they feel like they have the right to do that shit. And that's why it's hard for me to find somebody here I take serious. Because I'll be chilling with a girl, we'll be doing good together and stuff like that. Then she'll say something that completely turned me off. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you could pay for this, I pay for that. And it's like, I just met you. I just met you. In Jamaica, a bitch will ask you for money before she asks you your name. They don't care about your name. They just want to know if you could buy them what they need to buy. You get what I'm saying? And it's just so weird, bruh. Cause everybody does it. Everybody. Like, what the fuck? Bro, I've been here for 6 years. 6 fucking years, bro. If I had 1 bills for every time somebody begged me for money, I'd have enough to go back to America. No bullshit. That's how much it fucking happens. Every day somebody's begging for something, dog. Since I've been in Jamaica, I had 12 jobs. 12 jobs. And I didn't even grow up in Jamaica. So if a man like me could come to this country and get 12 different jobs, so can you. Dog, like, I don't know if people are lazy. I don't know if they're unambitious. I don't know what the case is, bro, but that begging culture shit, I can't get used to it. It's fucking lame, it's stupid, it's disgusting. And I know I might have some ignorant people in the cut.
For the unemployed, the employed, and persons traveling to and from Mandeville. This video will go into details with the new JUTC route that will take passengers from Mandeville to Kingston and back. Now, as I would have mentioned, I'll be talking about JUTC's new route from Mandeville to downtown Kingston via the East West Highway. The route number is 512. And for those of you probably wondering, not just one bus, what a big deal? If you're from Mandeville, you know why this is not only a big deal. In fact, it's a huge deal. In fact, the only deal bigger than this is the coming of Christ. And I'm about to tell you why. Now, if you're from Mandeville, if you're from Manchester, if you're from St. Elizabeth, and you're trying to get into Kingston, then you're going to understand why this is so important to us. First of all, Mandeville lacks job opportunities. So for those of us who are from Mandeville, we have our degrees, we have a certain level of certification, and we need set jobs, specific jobs outside of BPOs, outside of supermarkets, or outside of the few government jobs that are available to us here. We have to go into Kingston. Kingston is Jamaica's land of opportunity, air quotes. Now, if we want to go into Kingston, it means that we would either have to go there to live or we would have to traverse to and fro daily. This is one thing that hinders us, reliable source of transportation. Living in Kingston is a next story because the rent there is ridiculous, but that's a different vlog for a different day. What I want to focus on now is the transportation limitations. So in order to go to work, you would have to have a set bus to bring you there in the morning or to take you back in the afternoon. And these are some challenges that we face because the busmen that are available now, they know that we depend on them heavily. And as a result, liberty come through carelessness. We face challenges where they decide who they want to bring, who they won't bring. We face challenges when they decide me nah work. We face challenges when they decide fear have to raise them a double the fear today, especially when you decide to come back in the evening from Kingston. Them decide to them want double up the fear pan you. You don't have a choice, you have to pay it. They decide that they're not working even during working hours. You just have to stand up there stranded, you don't know what you do. Bossman disrespect us on a day to day basis. And next thing is that we have to pay for our luggage. So even when they want to push your bag and your pan and your whatever it is that you're traveling with, because some persons go to Kingston to buy goods to come back to Mandeville to sell. Some students bring their stuff from Mandeville to go to Kingston, especially if they're going there for school. Them a put your bag on one seat, you have to pay for the seat. They're putting your bags on the floor. Some of the busman them want you pay for the bag with it on the floor. Liberty come through carelessness. Mandeville people face it come and them face it go. And next thing to take into consideration is that children are not prioritized on these vehicles because everybody want the quote unquote big fear. Nobody in these buses are catering to the elderly. Nobody in these buses are catering to the disabled, especially when they want to squeeze up your tribe 5 a row. Even when they say 5 a row and this person has a bigger body type as compared to someone else that's slimmer, I just bear excitement, bear carelessness, bear discomfort. So this is a big thing for persons that resides in Mandeville or persons that travel through Mandeville to go to Kingston on a daily basis. So this now will eliminate the worry of how to get to work early. The bus has a set time for 5:45 a.m., 10 a.m., 3 p.m., 7:55 a.m., 1 p.m., 5:20 p.m. So you know that you have a set departure time from Mandeville and Kingston, so you can time yourself to know that this is when I'm gonna catch this bus. Now, for those of us saying we are cut off the people in food and that's how the busman them travel, this is just an option. It's not eliminating them from doing their jobs. They will still have the opportunity to run their buses, but this is an option for those of us who don't have it when them decide to double up them fare. It's an option for those of us who are disabled, those of us who didn't catch that bus, those of us who needs to go into work when the buses decide to them now work. So it's not that we are cutting their bread, it's just that we're giving persons another bread to eat from. So let's put it this way. You go into the supermarket, you see wholesome bread, you see several different type of breads there, and you choose the ones that you want. So even though there are several different brands of breads there, at the end of the week, the whole I bread them done because everybody has options and they chose the one that they wanted. So that's how I take it. That's how I look at it. And next thing to take into consideration is the dependency. You know, if you call busman and I beg them, say, all right, you can't save one seat for me. You know, if you call busman and I say, will you be coming out early? It reduces the chance of liberty taking and disgrace. It cuts that out. And next thing to take into consideration as well is that this will allow the busmen now to take accountability and deal with people better because there are options. You remember when Claro came in and Digicel had to add some additional services that they never offered before. So this service will now make the busmen know that, all right, I have to deal with people better because it's not a take it or leave it situation anymore. They're gonna wanna go with the JUTC bus. So let me know offer a better customer service. So I am now an option that is chosen. Know that they have a choice. For persons that are gonna say that this is a competitor for Knoxford Express, competition benefits the consumer. So now that we have this to go from Knoxford, have to go drop in at themselves because then take time and get a little bit expensive. And not only that, you don't want to talk about their personal thing, but you can't compare their prices because it's their property. So for us, it is here to benefit us. So if I cannot afford Knoxford and the boss man them decides to them I go take liberty on me, I have a government option. So this is beneficial in that regard. Now, let us talk about the pricing. You see two different pricing on this flyer here for adults for concession 1 and for concession 2. I'm about to give you that breakdown. As you can see, the first logo here for $500, it represents the smart card fare. So if you get the smart card fare via jutc.gov.jm, then you can pay that money. I would have to do a separate video to explain how you can go about getting that. I'm not sure if the JUTC wants to partner with me or do a collab with me so I can share that information. That would be good. However, they pay $500 if they have the JUTC smart card. If they're paying cash, it's $600, and that takes you to Mandeville or to Kingston. Now, the average fare on the regular buses that are currently there, it's $650. Concession. For those of us wondering what does the concession mean, this is for special people, special treatment, a special arrangement. So as you can see, this is for the elderly. The elderly will pay $250 coming from $650. The elderly will be paying $250 if they have the smart card. If they don't have the smart card, they pay the regular $600. So guys, please ensure that you set up the smart card for your elder members of the family so that they can access this $250. If not, they pay the $600. So the second concession is for the disabled and for small children, school children. They would pay $250 as well. $250 coming from $650 with the smart card. If they don't have that, then they'll pay $600. Guys, this is big. This is huge. This is a mammoth move. This move obese. This move, if Christopher Tufton catches this move, he will want it to lose weight. He would tell him to go do a 5K. This move is a pressure on the Ministry of Health. The move obese.